The essence of Christ is the Spirit, that is the divinity. So Christ's essence is that of God Himself. His essence will not disrupt His own work. He couldn't possibly do anything that destroys His own work. He couldn't ever utter any words that go against His own will. The incarnate God would never do work that disrupts His own management. God has no elements of rebelliousness. The essence of God is good. He is the expression of all beauty and goodness, as well as all love. Even in the flesh, God doesn't do anything that rebels against God the Father. Even at the expense of sacrificing His life, He'd be wholeheartedly willing to do so, and He would make no other choice. God possesses no elements of self-righteousness or self-importance, or those of conceit and arrogance. He has no elements of crookedness. No matter how arduous the work, no matter how weak the flesh, God in the flesh will never do anything that disrupts the work of God Himself. He won't forsake the will of God the Father in rebelliousness. He'd rather suffer pains of the flesh than go against the will of God the Father. People make their own choice, but Christ doesn't. Though He has the identity of God Himself, He still seeks the will of God the Father, and fulfills what's entrusted to Him by God the Father. From the perspective of the flesh, this is something that man can't attain to. All men apart from Christ may do that which resists God. No one can directly undertake the work entrusted by God. No one can regard God's management as their own duty to perform. The essence of Christ is submission to the will of God the Father. Rebelliousness against God is the characteristic of Satan. These two qualities are incompatible. Any who has Satan's qualities can't be called Christ. Man cannot do God's work in His stead, because man doesn't have God's essence. Man works for God for man's own interests, future prospects, but Christ works to follow God.